Hello everybody, this is Aaron Whittier, one-star National Marketing Director here in Maryland. Today we wanted to take the time to show everyone how to do a proper fast start game plan with their new brand partners. So before doing that, before you're doing the fast start game plan, you want to make sure your new brand partner went through the new brand partner training in their back office. So show them how to go there, make sure they go to the training, bring down the tab that says New Brand Partner Training and start that wheel. So have them complete that as soon as possible, hopefully within the first 24 hours of joining the company. Once that's completed, you want to schedule this fast start game plan with them. Now, if you're local with them, maybe they may be out of state, so you can schedule a phone appointment. Or if they're close by, sit down, go over their house, go to a Starbucks, and make sure you bring these success planners with you. Now, if they just joined the company, they're not going to have this. It's going to come in their kit. So have these on hand if you can. Go buy some from the company. You can get 5 for the price of $35, I believe. And have these on hand so you can actually give your new brand partner this to follow along with. And then when they get their new one, they can replace it. Or they can just have it for their new brand partners they're bringing on board also. So that's the first thing you want to do. Now, in the first steps, you want to make sure you point to where this is in the success planner. Their why is on page 10. Now, this is really truly to see why they're doing the business. What's going to motivate them? What's going to keep them going? I really like to ask my new brand partner, why are you doing this? And if they say, hey, I'm doing it for a new house or more time with my kids, or I want a new car, I want to get out of my job, whatever it is they tell me, I like to dig a little deeper. So if they say I want a new house and maybe they have kids, I may say, well, what would it look like? What would your kids' bedrooms look like? What would your kitchen look like? And get them to really paint a picture in their head and kind of start dreaming, right? Again, of what it would look like. People tend to get pretty emotional when it comes to digging a little deeper about their why, because a lot of people may say, I'd love to help my parents out or help a loved one out financially. If you really think about that and think about that happening, you get pretty emotional. So try to dig deep with people and really find out what's going to keep them motivated. Maybe times get tough, then you can revert right back to their why. Maybe remind them, hey, do you still want to retire your mother or father, or do you still want that house? And they say, yeah. I say, well, let's get it. So you know their why. It's super important to know their why. The second thing you want to do is make their list. Now, before they come to the fast start game plan, you could actually already have them starting to make their list. Now, there's on page 15, there's a list you can print off. Actually, in their success planner, you can see the list there, or you can print off more copies in your back office. You can show them how to do that. Go to Business Resources and go to My List. You can also use a different way of capturing the list. You could use a booklet. You could use a composition notebook like myself. That way you always have it with you. So whatever's comfortable for them, just make sure they start their list. Now, I like to tell people, hey, go through your phone. You have a lot of people probably in your phone that you may think would never do this. And that really brings me to the next thing. Don't prejudge. The people we think will do it might not do it. The people we think won't do it might do it. So it's funny how that rule works. So don't ever prejudge, because maybe your uncle is very, very, very wealthy. Your uncle may be very wealthy, but may not have the time because he works his butt off. So, or maybe, people that don't have kids, maybe it wouldn't be for them. Or maybe it's your buddy that, never used skincare before. You think, wouldn't be into skincare. That's what I thought too. I wanted nothing to do with this company, nothing to do with skincare, until I saw my other guy friend have an amazing success in this company in such a short time. I got my ego out of the way, because the way I look at it, doesn't matter what we're doing, because if it's the best financial opportunity for us, it doesn't matter what we're doing. But luckily enough for us, it's an amazing company. It's not just a skincare company. So that's really what you want to do, is show them how to not prejudge, fill out their list. And then from there, you want to make sure they know how to import those people, those contacts, into their Nerium Communications Center, which is under Resources and under Nerium Communications Center. Now, I like to sit there and show them how to import people, those names, the name, email address, into the Communications Center, and then Make sure they have that list, and that may show them how to send out a couple of videos or tell them what videos may be best for their people. Now, that brings us to the next thing. From there, you want to make sure you put 10 in play. Now, that could mean 10 videos out to 10 different people right there before you move on to the next step. Or you may give them their capture page and have them text 10 different people with a capture page. Whatever it is, just get 10 in play for them. Get their business up and rolling. Show them how that happens. Okay? From there, you want to book their real results parties. And you want to show them how to properly invite to the real results parties. Now, when we get people started, we want to book their real results party within the first 48 to 72 hours of joining the company. Now, why is that? You know, people say, oh, I need a week to plan, or I need 2 weeks to plan this big party. Well, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for something simple where you can invite a few friends over the house, and don't get extravagant because it's not really duplicatable to spend a lot of money. So you might just get maybe a bottle of wine and some snacks or just some sodas, whatever you want to do, whatever's comfortable for you. Invite them over the house and just show a quick video. Now, if you can, we'd like to book 2 different ones. So you give people a choice. So let me give you an example. So if I was going to invite, let's say my buddy Brad, to my real results party, I'm going to call him up and I'm going to give him 2 choices. Let's say I have Tuesday and Thursday night at 7 p.m. open. So I may call Brad and say, hey Brad, hey, when are you free, Tuesday or Friday? And he may say, I'm free Tuesday. I say, great. That's the first thing you want to do, folks, is clear their calendar. Make sure they're not doing anything. Okay, so Brad says, I'm free Tuesday at 7. I say, great. Hey, Brad, listen, I just launched the company. I'm super excited about it. It may or may not be for you, but you know people I don't know. Would you do me a favor? Come take a look at the information. You may think of some people I can talk to. Now, something like that. It doesn't have to be word for word what I said, but there's a couple key things in there you want to make sure you say. Clear their calendar first. Okay, that way they can't tell you no, really. And the second thing is you want to make sure you don't seem like you need them and you want them to come over and buy something or purchase something. So you may just say, hey, it may or may not be for you. What does that do? It kind of makes them relax a little bit. It makes them come over with their arms open instead of crossed. So it's super important to say that also. Now, if you have some, we all have friends that maybe have big egos, if you will, and those people you may want to say, hey, listen, Brad, it may or may not be for you. It probably isn't. You say that and he's got an ego, he may say, what do you mean it's not for me? I'll be the judge of that. And that's kind of what you want. So, that's kind of one little tip we learned. But really, it's just to get them to come over. Now, ladies I know are a little different. Us guys may say that, but ladies may say, hey, listen, I just launched a business. I know you're busy, but hey, come over, take a look. I really just appreciate your opinion. Something like that. And if you ask for an opinion or if you ask for help with your friends, I really truly believe that they'll do it for you. But if they feel like you need them or want something from them, maybe financially, or want them to join a business, they may shy away from that and they may have their guard up. So that's not what we want. That's not what Nerium is. We're just a company that shows people what we're doing. If they want to do it, great. If they don't, that's great too. So make sure you relax when you do that. So it's super important how to show your new brand partner what to say, okay, how to invite, okay, how to book the party, things like that. Very, very important for their success. The next one is the product prospecting system. Now that's on page 11 of your success planner. That looks like this right here, okay, product prospecting system. Now, you don't want to spend a lot of time on this, especially if your new brand partner just got started, because they don't have their product yet. It's probably still in the mail. So you don't need to go through, this is what you say, a 5-day. You don't need to go through that yet. You could schedule another appointment and really tell them then, hey, before you go to people, let me tell you what to say. Only 5 days, and go through that process with them, because you want to keep this Fast Start game plan really to a maximum of 45 minutes. You don't want to overwhelm them with all this information, okay? So the product prospecting system, just show them where to find that. They can print off some of those under the Marketing Center, Business Resources, or they can find it in their book, okay? So that really move quickly through that one. Now the next one is introduce the 8-point system. This is another one where you don't want to spend too much time on. It's very important to have them know the system and why we get points and what we get points for. But you can really just kind of point to page 8 in your success planner. That's something, again, you don't want to overwhelm them with, but you want them to know our system. Well, the next one you want to spend a little more time on is connecting them to the rhythm of the company. Now, this is it right here, because the people that connect to the rhythm of this company have the most success. There's no secret here. You know, we have an amazing rhythm that's put together from Jeff Olson, Dennis Windsor, Mark and Tammy Smith. This rhythm is so duplicatable where you don't have to, spend all your time with your brand partner. They just plug into the rhythm of the company where we have calls, you have 4 calls a week. And you want to make sure they know those calls. You want to point to page 12. And what I like to do is I like to show my new brand partner, okay, where to find this, and also like to put those calls in their calendar, in their phone, and maybe put a reminder. Maybe put an alert so they know it's coming. But what Danny Gassamy taught me a long time ago is what's even better than that is when you have a new brand partner join your team, you want to call them every day. Every day there's a call. Call them maybe 15 minutes before the call starts and maybe say, hey, Brad, listen, hey, the team call is starting in 10 minutes. You have the number, you all set for it. And he says, yeah, thank you for the reminder. You want to keep calling your new brand partner until he almost gets upset with you and says, hey, Aaron, I got it. That's when you know he's got it. So again, that's just really helping your new brand partner to make sure they know when those calls are. Just, we forget, life gets busy. So the most important thing I really believe for someone to keep going is to stay in this rhythm. Because if they stay in this rhythm, it goes from your head to your heart. You're learning these new stories, these different stories. You're learning all the updates from the company. And that really keeps you plugged in, if you will. It really fuels you up, for what you need to do to really stay in the know, we like to say. Because if your brand partner calls you up and says, hey, what about that new promotion? And they just announced on the call and you don't know it, not going to be a good thing. So you really want to make sure you connect to the rhythm. And if you can't jump on a live call, there are replays. There's a replay line, and you make sure your new brand partner has that. So the last thing that I added to the Fast Start game plan is this. And I know that Nerium promotes this so much, is this. Introduce your new brand partner to the upline support team. Now, we all have an upline. Unless you're Mark and Tammy Smith, you don't have an upline. So we all have someone that we can call, that we can introduce our new brand partner to. So the last maybe 10 or 15 minutes of doing this, take the time and call maybe some full-time people that will be there to help your new brand partner out. So it's neat, when they get a phone call, they get, a welcome from one of your upline, leaders. It's neat because then they know they're not alone. They have more than you to call for a 3-way call or for questions or things like that. So this is just really so important to do this. Make them feel like they're part of a team, and it'll make all the difference in the world. So with that, thank you very much, you guys. I hope this video helps you all. With that, I hope to see you guys at the next convention and meet all of you. So thank you very much for watching the Fast Start Game Plan.